250 of the cutest and silliest quotes about children for Universal Children's Day. If you're looking for quotes that'll warm your heart, you've come to the right place because we've rounded up 250 of the sweetest, most inspiring quotes about children and kids of all ages. Each one will remind you how amazing and special kids truly are, whether they're children of your own or not. And even though there are thousands and thousands of quotes about kids out there, you'll especially love these quotes about children we gathered, perfect for Universal Children's Day, celebrated on Monday, November 20, 2023. Some of these quotes are relatable, some are cute, some give advice and some are just plain funny. You may even recognize a few of these parent quotes and the people who said them. Read on to see all 250 of these quotes about children, including son quotes and daughter quotes. If you find a quote about kids you love, share it with someone you think will feel the same way. 250 quotes about children. 1. A person's a person, no matter how small. Dr. Seuss. 2. A child is an uncut diamond. Austin O'Malley. 3. Always kiss your children goodnight, even if they're already asleep. H. Jackson Brown, Jr. 4. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Albert Einstein. 5. Children aren't coloring books. You don't get to fill them with your favorite colors. Khaled Hosseini. 6. Children must be taught how to think, not what to think. Margaret Mead. 7. All little girls should be told they are pretty. Marilyn Monroe. 8. Children really brighten up a household. They never turn the lights off. Ralph Buss. Related, 101 blended family quotes. 9. Having one child makes you a parent, having two, you are a referee. David Frost. 10. The real magic wand is the child's own mind. Jose Ortega y Gasset. 11. There are no 7 wonders of the world in the eyes of a child. There are 7 million. Walt Stratiff. 12. At every step the child should be allowed to meet the real experience of life, the thorns should never be plucked from his roses. Ellen Key. 13. Children are not things to be molded, but are people to be unfolded. Jess Lair. 14. Hugs can do great amounts of good, especially for children. Princess Diana. 15. Play gives children a chance to practice what they are learning. Mr. Rogers. 16. The magic, the wonder, the mystery, and the innocence of a child's heart are the seeds of creativity that will heal the world. Michael Jackson. 17. Children are the living messages we send to a time we will not see. John F. Kennedy. 18. Kids deserve the right to think that they can change the world. Lois Lowry. 19. Adults follow paths. Children explore. Neil Gaiman. 20. The greatest gifts you can give your children are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence. Dennis Waitley. 21. Little boys should never be sent to bed. They always wake up a day older. Peter Pan. 22. Children are mirrors, they reflect back to us all we say and do. Pam Leo. 23. Give children toys that are powered by their imagination, not by batteries. H. Jackson Brown. 24. Children are the true connoisseurs. What's precious to them has no price, only value. Bell Kaufman. 25. Children reinvent your world for you. Susan Sarandon. 26. In general, my children refuse to eat anything that hasn't danced in television. Irma Bombeck. 27. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Frederick Douglass. 28. The best way to make children good is to make them happy. Oscar Wilde. 29. The soul is healed by being with children. Fyodor Dostoevsky. 30. Parents can only give good advice or put them on the right paths, but the final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. Anne Frank. 31. Noble fathers have noble children. Euripides. 32. You don't raise heroes, you raise sons. And if you treat them like sons, they'll turn out to be heroes, even if it's just in your own eyes. Wally Schira. 33. There are only two lasting bequests we can hope to give our children. One of these is roots, the other wings. Goethe. 34. Children are our most valuable resource. Herbert Hoover. 35. Each day of our lives we make deposits in the memory banks of our children. Charles Art Swindle. 36. If you want children to continue dreaming to the moon and beyond, then dream with them, both by sharing your fervent dreams, and by diving heart first into their own. Vince Gauman. 37. Even if people are still very young, they shouldn't be prevented from saying what they think. Anne Frank. 38. To every child, I dream of a world where you can laugh, dance, sing, learn, live in peace and be happy. Malala Yousafzai. 39. Children are the hands by which we take hold of heaven. Henry Ward Beecher. 40. Unless we can be like children, we can't be happy. Marianne Williamson. 41. A child is not a vase to be filled, but a fire to be lit. François Rabelais. 42. Seek the wisdom of the ages, but look at the world through the eyes of a child. Ron Wild. 43. Children need models rather than critics. Joseph Joubert. 44. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. George Bernard Shaw. 45. We're all 5-year-olds. We don't know how to do this thing called life. Are you faking it? Byron Katie. 46. Old men can make war, but it is children who will make history. Ray Merritt. 47. We should all be inspired by children. They don't care about fear and mistakes. Maxime Lagache. 48. Only children believe they are capable of everything. Paulo Coelho. 49. The way we talk to our children becomes their inner voice. Peggy O'Mara. 50. A child can ask 1,000 questions that the wisest man cannot answer. Jacob Abbott. 51. To raise a nature-bonded child is to raise a rebel, a dreamer, an innovator, someone who will walk their own verdant, winding path. Nicolette Sauter. 52. The creator in you is the child set free. Vince Gauman. 53. The greatest legacy one can pass on to one's children and grandchildren is not money or other material things accumulated in one's life, but rather a legacy of character and faith. Billy Graham. 54. In a child's eyes, a mother is a goddess. N.K. Jemisin. 55. The mother's heart is the child's schoolroom. Henry Ward Beecher. 56. Adults are just outdated children. Dr. Seuss. 57. When you are really mature, you will again become childlike. Then your life will again become fun. You will enjoy it, every bit of it. You will not be serious. A deep laughter will spread all over your life. It will be more like a dance and less like business. Osho. 58. Only where children gather is there any real chance of fun. Mignon McLaughlin. 59. Kids go where there is excitement, they stay where there is love. Zig Ziglar. 60. While we try to teach our children all about life, our children teach us what life is all about. Angela Schwint. 61. Children are likely to live up to what you believe of them. Lady Bird Johnson. 62. It's not about what you tell your children, but how you show them how to live life. Jada Pinkett Smith. 63. We worry about what a child will become tomorrow, yet we forget that he is someone today. Stacia Tauscher. 64. A little girl is sugar and spice and everything nice, especially when she's taking a nap. Unknown. 65. Children remind us to treasure the smallest of gifts, even in the most difficult of times. Alan Klein. 66. What is a home without children? Quiet. Henry Youngman. 67. Children are like wet cement, whatever falls on them makes an impression. Chaim Jinnat. 68. It is time for a return to childhood, to simplicity, to running and climbing and laughing in the sunshine, to experiencing happiness instead of being trained for a lifetime of pursuing happiness. L. R. Nost. 69. Children take a stand for everything that is possible because they are still in touch with that place inside where everything is possible. Vince Gauman. 70. Truly wonderful, the mind of a child is. Yoda. 71. When children pretend, they're using their imaginations to move beyond the bounds of reality. A stick can be a magic wand. A sock can be a puppet. A small child can be a superhero. Mr. Rogers. 72. Every child born into the world is a new thought of God, an ever-fresh and radiant possibility. Kate Douglas Wiggin. 73. A child is a beam of sunlight from the infinite and eternal, with possibilities of virtue and vice, but as yet unstained. Lyman Abbott. 74. Children make your life important. Irma Bombeck. 75. A baby is God's opinion that the world should go on. Carl Sandburg. 76. You have to love your children unselfishly. That is hard. But it is the only way. Barbara Bush. 77. Don't worry that children never listen to you, worry that they are always watching you. Robert Fulghum. 78. Encourage your child to have muddy, grassy or sandy feet by the end of each day, that's the childhood they deserve. Penny Whitehouse. 79. The secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age. Aldous Huxley. 80. The urge to draw must be quite deep within us, because children love to do it. David Hockney. 81. If you can give your child only one gift, let it be enthusiasm. Bruce Barton. 82. A child's appetite for new toys appeal to the desire for ownership and appropriation. The appeal of toys comes to lie not in their use but in their status as possessions. Christopher Lash. 83. Children of any age flourish with options. Art should be mandatory at all ages. Donna Jo Massey. 84. Watch what you say and do because little eyes are watching you. Reba McEntire. 85. No light shines brighter than the smile of a child. Ian Semple. 86. Children make you want to start life over. Muhammad Ali. 87. Our most important task as a nation is to make sure all our young people can achieve their dreams. Barack Obama. 88. Don't limit a child to your own learning, for he was born in another time. Rabindranath Tagore. 89. All children have creative power. Brenda Uland. 90. There is a brilliant child locked inside every student, Marva Coe. 91. Never grow a wishbone, daughter, where your backbone ought to be. Clementine Paddleford. 92. Teach your children they're unique. That way, they won't feel pressured to be like everybody else. Cindy Cashman. 93. Sometimes the littlest things take up the most room in your heart. Winnie the Pooh. 94. In childhood, time is kind. A moment is swallowed whole, by senses open and able. Nicoletta Baumeister. 95. A baby is as pure as an angel and as fresh as a blooming flower. Debasesh Mrida. 96. Like stars are to the sky, so are the children to our world. They deserve to shine. Chinonai J. Chitalu. 97. Children are the only brave philosophers. Yevgeny Zamyatin. 98. Let my children have music. Let them hear live music. Not noise. My children. You do what you want with your own. Charles Mingus. 99. If we nurture the dreams of children, the world will be blessed. If we destroy them, the world is doomed. Wes Stafford. 100. Children need the freedom and time to play. Play is not a luxury. Play is a necessity. K. Redfield Jameson. 101. Children's games are hardly games. Children are never more serious than when they play. Michel de Montaigne. 102. We must teach our children to smell the earth, to taste the rain, to touch the wind, to see things grow, to hear the sun rise and night fall, to care. John Cleal. 103. Every child has the capacity to be everything. Doris Lessing. 104. Don't just teach your kids to read, teach them to question what they read. Teach them to question everything. George Carlin. 105. Nothing matters more to a child than a place to call home. Brenda Donald. 106. we should never permit ourselves to do anything that we are not willing to see our children do. Brigham Young. 107. A child is a deep mystery. Amelia E. Barr. 108. Nature is a tool to get children to experience not just the wider world, but themselves. Stephen Moss. 109. Children are illuminated textbooks. Amos Bronson Alcott. 110. Do not keep children to their studies by compulsion, but by play. Plato. 111. A babe is nothing but a bundle of possibilities. Henry Ward Beecher. 112. Children, no matter how gifted, can't see far into the future, you know. To them, a year is almost a lifetime. John Saul. 113. Teaching children about the natural world should be treated as one of the most important events in their lives. Thomas Berry. 114. If a child is given love, he becomes loving. Dr. Joyce Brothers. 115. Never help a child with a task at which he feels he can succeed. Maria Montessori. 116. Nothing you do for a child is ever wasted. Garrison Keillor. 117. Children are unripe and imperfect. Aristotle. 118. Adults are obsolete children. Dr. Seuss. 119. A child can teach an adult three things: to be happy for no reason, to always be busy with something, and to know how to demand with all his might that which he desires. Paulo Coelho. 120. The best thing to spend on your children is your time. Louise Hart. 121. Children more than ever need opportunities to be in their bodies in the world: jumping rope, bicycling, stream hopping and fort building. It's this engagement between limbs of the body and bones of the earth where true balance and centeredness emerge. David Sobel. 122. If we provide enough space and possibilities for moving freely, then the children will move as well as animals, skillfully, simply, securely, naturally. Dr. Emmy Pickler. 123. Too much love never spoils children. Children become spoiled when we substitute presents for presents. Anthony Witham. 124. To me there is no picture so beautiful as smiling, bright-eyed, happy children, no music so sweet as their clear and ringing laughter. P. T. Barnum. 125. Every year, when you're a child, you become a different person. Alice Munro. 126. Accept the children the way we accept trees, with gratitude, because they are a blessing, but do not have expectations or desires. You don't expect trees to change, you love them as they are. Isabel Allende. 127. Listen to the desires of your children. Encourage them and then give them the autonomy to make their own decision. Dennis Waitley. 128. Why try to explain miracle to your kids when you can just have them plant a garden? Robery Brault. 129. Every child needs a parent, grandparent or friend who will say let's go, it's time for an adventure. Penny Whitehouse. 130. Just think of the tragedy of teaching children not to doubt. Clarence Darrow. 131. A children's story that can only be enjoyed by children is not a good children's story in the slightest. C.S. Lewis quote. 132. your kids require you most of all to love them for who they are, not to spend your whole time trying to correct them. Bill Ayers. 133. Today our children are our reflection. Tomorrow they will be our shadows. Marilee McKee. 134. If you are a parent, open doors to unknown directions to the child so he can explore. Don't make him afraid of the unknown. Roshni. 135. The only love that I really believe in is a mother's love for her children. Karl Lagerfeld. 136. Children need to have stand and stare time imagining and pursuing their own thinking processes or assimilating their experiences through play or just observing the world around them. Teresa Belton. 137. The important thing is to teach a child that good can always triumph over evil. Walt Disney. 138. It is time to let children be children again. L. R. Nost. 139. Children see magic because they look for it. Christopher Moore. 140. How can she expect her children to dream as big as the stars if they can't lift their heads to gaze upon them? Josh Malerman. 141. The value of marriage is not that adults produce children, but that children produce adults. Peter de Vries. 142. A child's world is fresh and new and beautiful, full of wonder and excitement. Rachel Carson. 143. A child is an uncut diamond. Austin O'Malley. 144. Let your boys test their wings. They may not be eagles, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't soar free. C.J. Milbrandt. 145. Every child needs a champion. Hillary Clinton. 146. A daughter is a treasure and a cause of sleeplessness. Ben Sirach. 147. Children learn as they play. Most importantly, in play children learn how to learn. O. Fred Donaldson. 148. What we instill in our children will be the foundation upon which they build their future. Steve Maracoli. 149. Children are living beings, more living than grown-up people who have built shells of habit around themselves. Rabindranath Tagore. 150. Anyone who does anything to help a child in his life is a hero. Mr. Rogers. 151. Sons are the anchors of a mother's life. Sophocles. 152. I have long felt that the way to keep children out of trouble is to keep them interested in things. Walt Disney. 153. You teach a child to read, and he or her will be able to pass a literacy test. George W. Bush. 154. Children need room to imagine and dream. Unknown. 155. Let children walk with nature, let them see the beautiful blendings and communions of death and life, their joyous inseparable unity. John Muir.